Good morning, everybody. Today is a very busy day in our household. We are getting things ready to go to Missouri for the next week. So I have a lot of freezer cooking to do today. I have several meals I'm going to be making. We also have to get clothing washed and packed so that we're ready for tomorrow. We need to get everything hopefully at least organized so that Thursday morning we can just stick it right into the van and be ready to go, or even Wednesday night. So today we have a lot of cooking to do. It is 7:30 right now, and I'm getting ready to make some breakfast. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee first. Most kids are still sleeping except for Carrington and Cadence. So they're reading some books while I get some breakfast ready this morning and get myself woken up with some coffee. And then we will spend most of our day here in the kitchen getting some meals prepped to take with us. So I'm gonna take you guys along doing that. I made up this French toast casserole recipe while I was making it, actually. I bought several loaves of bread at the store last time and decided to go ahead and use those instead of making any homemade bread to make this, or using even a French bread loaf would be really delicious. But I just sliced it into cubes and then put them in a pan. I mixed up in a bowl 18 eggs with some milk and some cinnamon and some brown sugar. And I dumped that over the top of all of the breadcrumbs and pushed them down to make sure they were soaked in it. And then I just baked it in the oven at 350 for about 25 or 30 minutes. And it was done perfectly. It was crunchy on the top and the inside was cooked all the way, and the kids said it was really good. Everyone enjoyed it, so hopefully it'll go over well whenever I take it with us for a freezer meal. We had our French toast casserole with some just regular pancake syrup, but it would be delicious with whipped cream or cream cheese frosting on top, or caramel drizzled on top, or powdered sugar. Any of those would be really good too. Okay, so I put one French toast casserole in the oven that I just made. I'm gonna actually go ahead and make 2 more of those to take with us. That's a easy breakfast I can just stick in the oven and cook whenever we are there, and we'll be filling for the kids. On my list today is some banana bread, pizzas. I would like to make a couple pizzas so we can have a pizza night while we're there. Even if I just get the dough made and par cooked, par baked, and then put in the freezer, I can top it when we get there, which is probably what I might do, so I can make a gluten-free one. I was gonna do some baked oatmeal, but I think since I'm making the French toast casseroles, I'm gonna skip the baked oatmeal. I've got to do some lemon vinaigrette chicken. I'm going to take that lemon vinaigrette that I got at the food bank and put it in a Ziploc baggie with some chicken breasts, and I can just dump those in the crock pot. I'm going to make some rice that I can warm up to go with the lemon vinaigrette chicken, ham, egg, and cheese bagels, some lasagna, a breakfast casserole, a ham and cheese potato bake, which I didn't get my ham out of the freezer, so I don't know if I'll get to that one or not, but we will see. And then some chicken Alfredo broccoli bake, and also some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies because my husband has been wanting them. So I put them last on my list because they're not necessarily a priority, but if I get to them, I will make some of those for him. So that is my huge list of cooking things to do today. I'm going to go ahead and get these other French toast casseroles done, and then I'm going to move on to the next things that are on my list.
Wow, so this ready?
Yes. Alright, I'm working now on the ham, egg, and cheese bagel sandwiches. Cooking some eggs and slicing my bagels in half, and then I'm just going to layer everything onto the bagel. Really easy. Thing that I was making is the breakfast casserole. This is my mom's recipe and everybody likes it so much. All of my siblings ask for it anytime we have a family gathering that we're meeting closer to breakfast time, and my mom will usually make it for us. So I decided this was a good thing to make to take with us. This is a cup of Velveeta cheese cubed, and then you put some frozen hash browns, some browned cooked up breakfast sausage, eggs, a can of cream of celery soup, and some milk, and you mix that all into your pan and then you bake it, and it is really, really delicious. Alright, this is ready to go in the freezer, and I will bake it the morning that we eat it so that it's nice and fresh. But this is so delicious. Everybody in my family likes it, and it's just really creamy and yummy. Next up was the lasagna, and this is a really easy recipe. I had some leftover ground beef with spaghetti sauce in the refrigerator, so I used that plus another jar of spaghetti sauce. And the white cheese mixture is some cottage cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and some Parmesan cheese all mixed together. I like to just layer everything and spread that cheese mixture out, and then sometimes I added in some extra cheese, sometimes I didn't, just depending on if I was paying attention or not to actually get the cheese in there. But this is a good lasagna that most of our family enjoys, and we haven't had it for a long time, so everyone will be excited to have it. Okay, I am moving along on my list. I have banana bread, pizzas, rice, the chicken Alfredo bake, and the ham, cheese, and potato bake. I don't think I'm gonna make that one today. I don't have my ham out well, I could just use the lunch meat. I don't know. I think I might skip that one. So I'm working on now the banana bread. I'm gonna get that in the oven, and while it's baking, I'm going to mix up some pizza dough so that I can par-bake some pizza crust, and then I'll probably actually just put the sauce, the cheese, and the pepperonis on top, and then wrap them up and stick them in the freezer, frozen like that. I think that's what I'll do. And that way they'll be like frozen pizzas from the store. I'm going to make my banana bread in my Pullman loaf pans. I've got 2 of these large size loaf pans. My recipe says it'll make 4 loaves, and that's of like the smaller loaf pans. So I think these 2 should be okay to just do both of them. If I have any batter left over, I can put it in one of the smaller loaf pans, but I'm gonna try just making these 2 big ones. So the bananas I'm using are ones that have been frozen in the freezer. So my recipe calls for 6 bananas, but I think I may have more than that in here. Yeah, because I'm only doing 1 recipe, or 1 batch. But I'm gonna just use all of them, I think, because they're frozen and they kind of shrivel up and shrink up, and I feel like they don't have as much as they would if they were a fresh banana. So I'm just gonna use all of these bananas to use them up. I'm gonna squish them out the ends down into the bowl. Okay, my banana bread is all done. There it is. It smells so good. I think I'm going to pass on making all the other stuff that I had planned. After talking with my husband, we decided that we're not going to take as much food with us as we had originally thought, and then if we need to go to the store and get some stuff, we can. But I am getting worn out and I have other things to do, so I am going to be done with the cooking for today. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.